Hey, what's going on? It's your boy OZZIEHYPE. I was representing out of the I'll show you now. Comment on any and everything on YouTube. Have to give a shout out to Jamal. Definitely doing his thing with Black Tree Media. You know what I mean? He worked so hard to develop Black Tree Media, and gotta definitely start out with that with a shout out. But of course, I gotta shout out all my subscribers. Thanks a lot for subscribing to me. It's well appreciated. Not supposed to even have one, and I say it in every video, so it's well appreciated. And those that hit me up on my cell phone, it's well appreciated also. You know what I mean? Whether negative or positive is all good. I accept it all. You know what I mean? That's the way I am. But getting back to Jamal, I had the pleasure of meeting him a couple of months ago when he came to New York because he had to interview the cast of the Notorious. And we were sitting at the lobby at the W Hotel, and I got to give a shout out to some of his staff. Some of them live in New York City already, and you know what I mean. I have to give a shout out just to his whole staff though for Black Tree Media. And Jamal, me and him were just kicking it, and he just gave me a lot of valuable information. You know what I mean? And I had learned a lot just in the small time frame that I was that we was hanging out. You know what I'm saying? And he was telling me a little bit about the Notorious and how it's a good movie, and one of the persons that should get an award for best actress is the female that played Little Kim. He was telling me she did an excellent job, but the whole cast did an excellent job. So it's going to be like one of the biggest movies for 2009. So everybody can't wait to see this movie. And as I'm looking at this interview, it's just something like when you really look at it, like Tupac and Biggie Smalls, they were good friends. I mean, real good friends, to deal in this business. Tupac gave him a lot of information on how to deal in this business and what to look out for and what to avoid. I mean, he gave him a lot of information, and you know what I'm saying? They was like just two, good people. Like, I know like one or two people from Junior Mafia. I know they was telling me like how say Tupac used to come around to Brooklyn, hang with Biggie. They used to hit the pizza shops. They used to go all over the place. You know what I mean? People used to be shocked to see Tupac in the neighborhood. You know what I mean? And the same thing with Biggie when he went out to LA to hang with Tupac. Tupac showed Biggie around, showed him the love. But it was just crazy how two friendships, two people, their friendship was tested. And that's the crazy thing. And because of their friendship was tested, a lot of drama, a lot of crazy situations came out of it, to where it came to the biggest thing where the East Coast versus West Coast drama was like real heavy. Like on some, I hate you. I hate the East Coast hating the West Coast Coast hating the East Coast. It was like that was one of the biggest dramas, you know what I mean? And it just like crazy how all this like evolved from that, you know what I mean? And these, like I said, these was two good friends. And where did it go wrong? I would like to know. Like, where did it start from? Did it start from he say, she say? Did it start with, so, two camps? When you have your own entourage, did it start with two beefs within the entourage? You know what I mean? Or did it start from a label owner? You know what I mean? Like, where did it all start out? Like, what corrupted the friendship? You know what I'm saying? What caused these two people that was good friends to just stop being friends? And that's what I wonder. I wonder that. I look at me following the Tupac when Tupac died and Biggie Smalls died. It's just weird how it's the same scenario. Like Tupac, he got shot up and in the car sitting on the right hand side, the passenger side. Biggie Smalls the same way, got shot up sitting on the passenger side. Nobody couldn't find the shooter for Tupac. Nobody can't find nobody can't find who shot the person that shot Biggie. It's like the scenarios is just it's so similar, it's just crazy. It makes me wonder, even with like Biggie Smalls, like I know, like when I look at the shooting, like with those two, you could tell like it's a setup. It was a hit, and I'm gonna say it's a hit. It was a hit that was put out, and I don't know if it was supposed to encourage more hatred and more drama to be stirred up with the East Coast West Coast thing when Tupac got died, but you could tell it was a hit. And even the same thing with Biggie Smalls when he died, because nobody haven't caught the person that did it. Now listen to what I said. The person, like, and I'm talking about one person, because it has to be one person, or maybe two, but it just the hit was just so clean when you actually look at it. Because let's say, for example, Biggie Smalls, you coming out of a club, you promoting your album, you coming out of a club, and for someone to put out a hit, I'm curious to know, like, during that time, like, that time frame, was there anything in the vicinity, like, that came over PD radio, or anything for the cops to not be around, or whatever like, was there anything on the radio at that time frame, around that time frame, where cops would be occupied somewhere else, so if a hit was to be done at that time frame, that person could escape easy? Because you gotta, first of all, when you do a hit, you gotta know the area, you know what I mean, and you gotta be aware of where police sit at, and what's going on. So then you might have to have a scanner, you know, to see what's going on in that neighborhood. And you might have to put it, maybe somebody could put in a phony call, you know what I'm saying, to get the cops occupied, or something could have just disrupted at the club while these guys left, where cops will go to you know what I'm saying, to keep themselves occupied while the situation is going down. Because it happened. It wasn't like no East Coast West Coast beef. It didn't look like, because usually if you go to a club, a group of cats is going to step to it. It'd be a group of people. If it was a person, like, and some people might think, well, no, this is something that might not wasn't planned. But if you think about it, like me, like, you know, knowing what I know on the street level, it's like, if it was like some dudes that went and did something, they would have went and bragged to their friends, like, yo, you know what I'm saying, I went and stepped to da-da-da-da-da, whatever the case may be, say whatever they had to say. But the people that's listening would say, yo, you know my man, yo, he went and stepped to the Biggie crew and all that, and yeah, that's where information always circulating, you know what I'm saying, on the streets, because somebody's going to tell the story, and then somebody's going to brag, you know what I mean? So once you brag, then other people go tell the story. Yeah, well, my friend, you know what he did, you know, so and so, he went and stepped to them, and he went and did this, and that's how information get out there, and that's how information winds up at the police level, you know what I mean? But this one, no information. That means everything was pretty much set up. That means that from the time he came into the club, that means he was already watched, everything was already planned, which direction the car will go, you know, after the shooting is done. The police, like, was nowhere in the vicinity at the time. Yo, so that's why I say I'm curious, like, what was going on the radio at that time with the 911 calls. Was there any type of calls that went in for shooting somewhere else where the cops would get occupied and all this other stuff? So, yo, it just had me thinking, you know what I mean? But I could tell it was a setup. It was a hit that was put out. And I think it was a hit that was put out on both, because both of them was the same way, just clean like that. You know what I mean? Even if Suge was sitting in the front car, but it's the angle of, if you're a professional shooter, hey, you know what I mean? You can aim pretty good. It's not like you rampantly shooting off, you know, whatever. I don't know. Something to think about. Maybe I'm just rambling on, but that's how I'll be thinking. But I can't wait to see the movie, January 16. I know it's going to be good. Jamal was telling me that it's going to be good, and I can't wait. You know, I just can't wait to see the whole story of Notorious, Christopher Wallace. Yeah, that's about it. You know what I mean? So, it's your boy OZZIEHYPE, representing out of the Pillar Show. You know, I comment on any and everything on YouTube. Like I always say, never give up, live life to the fullest, enjoy your life and smile, because it's good for the soul. And all y'all kids that might be watching this, make sure y'all get your education, man. It's very important. Get that education, move forward in life, be productive in life, you know what I'm saying, and make your mark in life, so that whatever you do can affect the world in a positive level. I'm out.